Listener discretion is advised. This podcast contains explicit material that may not be suitable for some individuals. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts in this podcast are for entertainment purposes only and do not reflect or represent the views and opinions of the actual people, companies, or any organization. This podcast may not be reproduced, edited, copied without the expressed written permission from the hosts. You have been warned.
NBKIA, NBKIA, oh, NBKIA, NBKIA, oh, NBKIA, NBKIA.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of NBKIA Podcast Movie Review Edition.
Woo!
I'm one of your hosts, Simon.
I'm John.
I'm Ryan.
If you guys are new to us, make sure you like the video. Maybe hit the subscribe if you really enjoyed it, or if you kind of moderately enjoyed it. Comment down below and hit that notification bell so you get any kind of updates for what we upload on this channel.
Hit that motherfucking bell.
Yeah, today we're discussing Joker with Joaquin Phoenix and Robert De Niro. Thoughts?
So I was blown away absolutely by Joaquin Phoenix's performance in this movie. I think he's getting an Oscar for this one, boys.
What part?
He's getting 3 Oscars.
3 Oscars.
The whole part, for all the parts.
Well,
yeah, I like the new take on his outfit.
Yeah. I feel like they revamped him up a little bit.
The suit.
Since, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I think it's interesting.
Took some good turns, bad turns.
It's definitely all good turns.
Yeah.
yeah, I prefer the purple. You know,
Okay.
When I see Joker, I want to see him in purple.
Yeah.
In green. Like, that's...
Iconic for Joker.
Yeah, like, I still want the tall, slender Joker. Joker, actually, in the comic, I think he's tall as fuck. He's like 6'5" or something.
Yeah. He's like a twig, too.
Yeah, and he's very, slender.
Yeah,
He's literally Slender Man.
Yeah, and that's
The original Slender Man.
Turns out Slender Man's Joker.
Yeah.
It's been hiding out.
And they had Heath Ledger, who was a little shorter. And then you had the Jared Leto, who was more so kind of built. And then you have Joaquin Phoenix, who's like more emaciated and distraught. And they put more of a modern take on why he's such a psychopath or schizophrenic or whatever they say that he is.
Yeah, I really like the weird... Joaquin Phoenix has that weird shoulder. Thought that added a lot.
Yeah, it did.
He lost 52 pounds.
52 pounds. I believe it was like 64 or something million.
This is the first
For the
R-rated movie to make $1 billion.
With no audience in China. And it had a low budget.
No audience in China. That's really impressive.
It shows that Hollywood's been heavily relying on the foreign box office.
Yeah, it did have an independent movie kind of quality to it. Like a low budget.
But it showed like people will go out and see a movie still.
Yeah.
I mean, to make $1 billion, it's incredible, especially with that low of budget.
Yeah.
Then for all the backlash in media and the spins of this is, we're siding with a killer and the evil things the Joker has done.
Yeah, it's like people are uncomfortable when they have to see...
People are going to shoot up a theater again.
Yeah.
It's just, it's chaos. It's ridiculous. It's almost like they were begging for it. And for SNL recently, that do a skit and they just say that Joker is just about white boy rage. You didn't get the movie. If honestly you can watch this movie and say that it's nothing but white man rage and it's siding with a killer and it's going to cause some mass hysteria, you're missing the whole idea of the movie. The movie is to humanize somebody in a way so it shows almost like any one of us could be in a certain situation where we no longer are well enough to suffice.
Yeah.
Right. So I think the fact that the movie does such a good job at putting you at, kind of forcing you to see things from his perspective, from the perspective of the villain, which is unusual, especially in Hollywood movies. I think that makes people uncomfortable because they did it so effectively, which, in my opinion, is just more, a testament to the quality of the movie. If it can actually make you feel something or see something through another perspective,
Right.
then, you've definitely got some magic there.
Yeah, it's done its job.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'd like to ask you guys, what do you think the future of like DC or Warner Brothers looks like now that they've proven a $1 billion R-rated movie is a reality? This can happen. We can do it again.
Well,
it's going to be the dividing line between DC and Marvel.
Right.
Because DC is continuously pumping out these dark films where
they gotta provide sort of an answer to Marvel dominating the market.
And Marvel's like more so family friendly, like they don't show any
it's all
blood
cleaned up,
really too much. And then you have this where they literally show him shooting people's brains out.
Yeah, it's very brutal.
Yeah,
very adult. So that's their niche.
Well, they're trying it right now with Birds of Prey. So it's rated R.
Okay. The Suicide Squad rated R.
The publicity around that has been the antithesis of the Joker. So you have the Joker that's seen as this white men rage, like, what is going on? We're going to kill people. We're going to be siding with the killer. Yeah. But then you have Harley Quinn, which same fucking thing.
Yeah, but somehow she's lovable.
But somehow it's empowering. Yeah. And it's female power. And it's, we're going to kill misogynists. The whole whatever. Point, like, this is what they've talked about in media in putting this movie forward. And so now you've tied agenda in there. Yeah. You've tied that and I've already watched reviews where people are saying every single male character is a negative stereotype. Right. Of what, it's summing all men up as like these fucking crazed, abusive, misogynistic pigs. And Joker did it probably the most relatable and in-depth character we have is an African-American female who actually, like, we get to see them in this, we don't know yet, like, fake relationship. And there's actual, like, there's some human bond there that we believe we're getting. Which,
of course, it turns out to be a delusion, right?
With the twist, it's kind of like, been there, done that. I wish they didn't do that.
There were a couple of moments that I do have minor complaints about.
Okay, let's go over those.
Well, one of them is he kills Robert De Niro's character on television. Why didn't a security guard or somebody just immediately shoot him right after that? Right. So, I mean, like, the movie's over at that point. Yeah. So, of course, the answer to my question is I think you wouldn't have a movie after that, so that's why you can't do that. But another issue, minor issues, is not a big complaint because I love the movie. I just wanted to kind of point out that we've seen the origin of Bruce Wayne so many times. Oh, and they did a nice take. They did an interesting new take on it with it happening during a riot. I thought that was really creative and new. It had some freshness to the Bruce Wayne origin thing. But you pointed out when we watched it that the pearls, that seems like a theme. Oh, they always do. Why with the pearls again?
Always. They always have to break the necklace.
Right. Slow motion pearls falling on the wet concrete.
Yes. It's something that ties them all together to be like, oh, this could be how this led into that. And I do feel like that this one was probably the most potentially realistic one to happen other than just a random robbery in the streets. Like, it kind of gives a little bit more of a backstory of why they...
Yeah, it fleshes it out a little more.
Yeah. Well, that guy was there to rob a known billionaire.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, like, you need any more reason. Fucking Thomas Wayne.
You gotta have a couple bucks on him.
Hey! Yeah. I've been out here. I got $13.86. And I've been spanging all day.
Well, yeah, what better time to do it, though?
Who's coming out of the Mask of Zorro?
Right. So, director Todd Phillips.
Known for comedies.
Right, and I think that's interesting. That he's doing a really dark movie about a guy who's trying to be funny. And is not good at being funny.
And it's done dramatically.
Yeah. And the dark humor that's all kind of wrapped up in that gives you like this beautiful moments where you are laughing with him.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I think for me, people have really written this movie off as being a ripoff of Taxi Driver.
I felt like it had a lot of notes. It reminded me a lot of movies that I like.
And The King of Comedy.
But it reminded me in a good way.
And I don't know. I think there's a difference from like just taking somebody's art and then reconstructing it and being inspired by somebody's art and saying, hey, I can tell that kind of like loner story too. That lone wolf that's just out there is trying to be part of society but can't fit in, and it's not working for them, and they've had enough. Like, we can tell that. I mean, Falling Down, there's so many. Why didn't they say it's a ripoff of Falling Down or something else? There's so many movies like that where people just break down and lose it.
That's funny. It does have some similarities to Falling Down.
Yeah,
Michael Douglas.
But that's what's great about the movie too, is that you can actually take it and now compare it and contrast it and like to all these other movies.
All those comparisons are perfectly logical and
it means
and
it's a good movie.
Yeah, it really.
Somebody wrote a good story.
Yeah,
and we desperately needed one from DC.
There's a couple of movies that I felt like it wasn't borrowing. It was really just kind of used hints of that stuff. I feel like Todd Phillips might have been. And this is just a theory of mine. It's not like absolute fact but I feel like Todd Phillips is heavily influenced by like Stanley Kubrick, because it had a similar feel to like The Shining or Clockwork Orange.
Oh, okay.
So there's a couple of movies I felt like were really kind of like
okay,
similar in a way. The use of like
I didn't even think of that
symphonic score where it's got the beautiful scenes where him dancing.
Yes, the weird shots too, like when he is dancing.
Yeah.
And there's spoilers in this. We're going to talk about the whole movie. So if you haven't seen The Joker and you want to watch it,
get the fuck off of this and go watch it.
Spoiler alert.
This is your warning. We're continuing. So after he kills the Wayne employees and he goes into that bathroom and does that dramatic dance, and he's feeling like for the first time alive and rejuvenated. And understanding his purpose. There are like weird angles and the lighting and the cinematography is just off the hook in this movie. I really enjoy the way the movie looks the entire time. Sometimes I feel like some it's just too gray, and I wanted certain things to pop in shots.
He said it
that didn't get a chance to. But I understand why they wanted to make it that way, just to depict like this dude's down, he's at rock bottom.
Yeah, it's set in 1981.
Yeah,
which is totally intentional. I think they wanted no cell phones, no computers. Like pay phones. You know what I mean? For some reason, that just has drama to it. Like if you saw him on a cell phone when he was in those scenes where he's on a pay phone, it would have lost something. And right. That drabness, everything has kind of like a green. He's always smoking. It's always like hazy.
Yeah.
I felt that was really effective at establishing mood and tone. And
he looks emaciated.
Yeah.
He's just okay. So my favorite part, definitely in the movie, other than the climactic scene,
the part where he wipes
the blood.
Oh my God!
To make the smile. Yeah. It's great. It's weird that scene can be such a great payoff.
Yeah.
After what we've sat through and watching like this unfold.
It was a slow burn.
Like just somebody wiping blood on their face. You just know. You know what is happening. You feel for this character.
It's visual
the
storytelling.
People that are around him are now empowering him, and this person that's been on bottom is now on top.
Right. No
doubt. And so you feel it. You're like watching that scene. You're like, dude, this is like awesome. It's hard to explain like those feelings.
It's really effective, just visual storytelling. You don't have to say literally what's happening in the scene. You don't need narration. You don't need anything but what you're looking at.
Yeah. What's also interesting too is like after every scene that is like a changing point for his personality, when he killed his mom or his stepmom or whatever she is.
Yeah.
And then the Wayne guys, like, they have that little break of, like, self-joy where he's, like, standing, dancing in the bathroom or dancing at his house or whatever after he did it all. Is kind of like justification. And, like, after every dark scene, there's, like, him celebrating kind of growing as a person throughout the fucked up shit that he's done.
Right.
No?
Yeah. I have to say my favorite dance is when he does it right after he shoots Maury right in the head. And then he, like, before he goes up to the camera, he kind of stands up and he does, like, a little, like, dance. He's like, okay, like, I gotta shake this off for a second.
Yeah.
I think
Isn't that what he, like, rehearsed, too? Is, like, his coming out, shaking his hand, what he's gonna do, and all that other shit, too. Is kind of more the self-absorbed side of his mental illness, too. Is like, oh,
yeah, the sociopath.
I'm gonna be the star. I'm gonna be the greatest, showstopper type guy, and he ends up being the showstopper in a lot of occasions because he's inflicting all of this harm and pain on the world with his killings.
So Joaquin Phoenix in a lot of those sequences, especially the stuff where he's making his entrance on the talk show, they did multiple takes of that.
Yeah.
They did doing it a bunch of different ways, and I think they spent a little bit longer editing than you normally would, just going through all the different versions.
Yeah, because now when you got a bunch of hot takes,
mm-hmm.
like typically we took like 10, 20 takes right now of us like talking or whatever.
We'll get something that
there might be one or two, right, that we're really like, whoa, what's one or two? But imagine if your character, your actor is so
you
on.
Just bring it.
And I mean, you got Robert De Niro out there too. Like he's been in the acting game long enough that if somebody's like throwing him a curveball, he's gonna like try and like do what he needs to.
Yeah.
And that's what's so great about that. So how many do you have? If you have 50 takes, what, 20 of them are fire? And you're looking at them over and over again, going, "Oh my gosh, we gotta choose."
Yeah, pick one. Out of those
now it's 15. Now it's 10. Now we got 5. Now. And to cut it down, and you probably want to put every single one in there because you want to share it and be like, look at this.
Imagine the stress on the editors too of picking the right one and figuring, because if they pick the wrong shot, it could derail the entire movie or the entire emotion that you're feeling in that scene.
Right. Yeah. So they probably just they end up, deciding what to take. Yeah. Really pushes the story. Rather than it's just, oh, that was cool.
Right.
It also makes me wonder if they have like a think tank where they have like some odd 100 people sit in a theater. They show them different scenes that they're having trouble with.
Oh, they definitely do screenings of movies and then edit it and do different. Yeah.
Yeah. And this got more of applause than that one. Yeah. And then you go with that.
Yeah. They like hook up all the people with like heart monitors and stuff like that. Tell when they're getting
that'd be fun to do
stuff.
Imagine you're that person though that loses. Imagine if it's, we'll just say freaking there's Susan and Jeff and they both get a chance at editing the movie, and then one gets more of applause than the other.
Oh yeah, and being the one
and
who
then
loses.
They gotta like go over to Jeff and be like, Jeff,
your edit didn't make
your edit, it lacked
everything.
There'd be like some business jargon of way of like, you don't realize that they just like fucking talk shit to you until you like leave the office,
right?
Because you're like positive for a second. And you're like, wait a minute, they just fucked me.
We like what you did, but we're gonna go a different way.
Yeah. Hey, we appreciate you.
We were
what you do.
We were looking for.
You have no job.
Your box is full of shit.
Right? Get out.
Go edit episodes of Blue's Clues.
Did you like the Joker makeup? Because it's untraditional.
Traditional clown.
Yeah, I think I like the fact that they kind of went back to basics. He plays a clown. He is in the hospital. He's outside the store with the sign, dressed as a clown.
Yeah.
So it really just kind of takes it back to its roots.
Yeah, I almost would have enjoyed seeing him having done a little bit more of a sinister look after like he transitioned. Like he kind of kept the same makeup, so if he kept like the regular clown makeup in the beginning, like if it got, granted it was a lot messier when he got hit in the car and he was like laying on the hood of the car.
Yeah, it
would have been cool to see like a transition of like good makeup to grimier to grimier to grimier to the point of so they kind of show his...
But that's what they show.
Does it get grimier?
Yeah,
Throughout
yeah, because from the time that he's in the chase with the police, you can already tell like one of his triangles is like dripping.
Yeah.
Then one of his streaks of the smile is like more up here. Then it starts like getting more worn down.
And doesn't he have his mouth painted more like a frown, and then when he gets blood in his mouth?
Well, it's like
he
once
smears it on his
peeked
face
out towards his ear. Like, we're not seeing it correctly in this, which is weird. But like, if we had the actual picture on here, we're looking at the DVD right now to see if we can. But if you watch the movie and you pay attention to the mouth, there's one. It's like a crooked thing. It's like one is higher than the other.
So no special effects.
Oh, there's CGI.
But nothing that's like too fantastic.
What? No. Oh, his
like
face.
For the most part, it's very down to earth.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's what for the shootings though.
Like, could you picture having somebody like Mr. Freeze in this movie?
Yeah, I think you could. That's what's so cool about this universe. If they continue with it, is I feel like you could have some. I mean, Gotham even kind of tried to pull it off a little bit.
The TV series.
Yeah,
it's not bad. Yeah, I liked it. I watched a little bit of that one.
Yeah, I feel like you could bring anybody into this. I don't think you would be able to bring Harley Quinn from the other universe into this. Mm-hmm. And I just, I'm probably a stick in the mud on that. I don't think you could deter me from that. It wouldn't
really mesh.
It wouldn't. You need a Harley Quinn in this universe that is smoking meth.
Yeah.
And like living in a trailer.
Yeah, she's just
and barefoot and pregnant and just like fucking knows how to swing a baseball bat. You got a cricket mallet.
Multiple abortions.
Yeah. All done and performed by the Joker.
So what if you'd be opposed if they incorporated the Joaquin Phoenix Joker a little bit in Birds of Prey?
Yeah, I think, again, Todd Phillips was, I think, had every intention of this Joker to remain a standalone movie.
Yeah.
So I doubt we'll see any kind of crossover stuff, but it is fun.
Yeah. And it made $1 billion. So Warner Brothers, if Birds of Prey doesn't do well, they'll be going, hey,
going back to the well.
$1 billion.
Yeah.
It's good.
Not aired in China.
Yep.
Because Birds of Prey will probably be aired.
Oh yeah, for sure. As long they'll probably have to take out any kind of fucking
what's
offensive stuff. They have to do another cut. It's absurd, dude. That's just the shit. Useless knowledge, I know. So John Boyega or whatever from Star Wars, they took him off the poster. Disney did for the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, because in China, like, that would be a thing that would deter them from going to the movie.
What, having a black dude?
Yeah.
That's
so exactly. But Chinese Disney tries to stand out as like this.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, we do like PC stuff. We're trying to like be SJWs, but at the same time, they don't mind doing fucking shit to make sure that they get some kind of profit.
Yeah.
And they also took the female kiss out of there. So they'll make cuts, and that's the thing. Joker didn't make those cuts. Mm-hmm. So you don't have a edit
uncompromising
that's going to go right to, China, a dictatorship.
Yeah.
And your movie's not going to be seen there if you don't have that cut. So a lot of Hollywood relies upon that because they have a middle class now for the first time. People have an extra income. They can go out to the movies. And they've only had movies since like 2002. I think. Check me if I'm right or wrong, but it's been that. Mm-hmm. So it's fresh to them. So then, the rabbit hole of conspiracies here. We're in the Joker episode, but I just want to say, this is why you have so many remakes, because hey, the Chinese audience didn't get to see Ghostbusters when it came out, so we'll make Ghostbusters again. They didn't get to see Jurassic Park when it came out. We'll make Jurassic Park again. They didn't get to see Independence Day when it came out. We'll make Independence Day again. So they start making all these fucking movies and these sequels because now, for the first time, they hope that it blows up in this new source of income for them. This demographic that they've never had.
Right. So that's why they're okay with having so many similarities, especially the Jurassic Park really comes to mind because the Chris Pratt Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic World or whatever it is. I mean, they're just reusing the same ideas over and over again, really. Just trying to make it bigger. Same thing, bigger.
Yeah. People like dinosaurs, though. I like seeing them.
I love dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs.
I'm a sucker for dinosaurs.
They scare me too much. I don't like them.
And I'm a sucker for Joker. And I really wanted to hate this film. There's even footage of me, talking with a friend of mine when we did movie reviews. I don't know. I had my doubts, for sure.
I like it, and
you do.
I do like it.
That really surprises me.
I do like it. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Yeah. I'm curious. I love the Joker.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite all-time villain. But I just feel like I'm afraid of them doing Joker to death.
For me, I still want to... I mean, we had Jack Nicholson as the Joker. This dude's like fucking balding and overweight.
Yeah.
Like, this is who our Joker is. Like, I feel like we could have a really cool standout Joker that could be in the purple trench coat, cane in hand, stylized, big smile, all teeth, slender and 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that too. I think,
for me, that would be a great joke. Short green hair.
It doesn't end with Joaquin Phoenix.
No, I don't think so.
Not the last guy.
And I hope that we never see Jared Leto ever again as the Joker. And if we do, they do his character at least some justice. Because it was really slapped together. Suicide Squad, as much as I do enjoy that movie, simply because of the characters and seeing them together, because the story really is just shit.
Yeah.
Just absolute shit. Doesn't make sense. A lot of shit's montages. The movie's just a fucking wreck. But to see the characters is, and Margot Robbie really does hold that movie together. Like, she's the best part. Harley Quinn literally makes, and Joker a bit.
Yeah.
Because there is that part where Jared Leto is, that dude's scared shitless because all of a sudden Joker walks in after they fucking take over that area. Remember, the panda guys like come in with the assault rifles and Suicide Squad start shooting up the place, and they fucking have that guy. It's like Danny Wahlberg from New Kids on the Block or something. He's sitting in a fucking chair, and Joker comes in, and he's like, I wouldn't cross you over or whatever. And he's like, I believe you. And like pinches his face or like gets close to him. It's funny as, like, that's a Joker move. In this movie, we don't really see those kind of Joker moves in a sense, other than the dancing and a little bit like, sarcastic, there's like a bit of cynical taking to human ways in a sense. Like when Joker's laughing, when we the actual like audience aren't laughing, we laugh, and then Joker laughs at the part that's not even supposed to be funny. Right. And I thought that was a great thing they did in the film, even though it's pretty short. It just showed like how awkward he is. He just doesn't fit in. And there's been debate, and upon watching it again with you guys, of whether or not this is all psychosis. If the entire movie is just Joker telling his story through his own memories. And so this could all just be made up. And that theory, I was like, wow, if that is true, I mean, you could watch the movie in that manner and just be like, yeah, he's delusional and he's making delusions of grandeur. Like, so he's this,
You could say that really the whole movie takes place in the room where he finds himself at the end in the mental hospital, and that the entire thing has been his, account of what's happened up to that point.
Or him just thinking to himself.
Right.
And he just thought of all of it.
Yeah, he's really just
some crazy guy. Like we're inside the room. Because I think of how fast your thoughts could go, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I could think about like 50 things real quick.
All right, do it.
Right, do it. But your thoughts go faster than your lips can move. Right. You know what I mean? I can't speak for everybody.
You can read faster than you can read faster than you.
But assume that you got fucking pictures in your mind.
You read faster than
you. If the pictures go, do you have an internal voice?
I try to do different ones.
No, yeah, but do you have one? Because some people don't, and they only see pictures.
I think
they don't have like
most of them sound like
in their
me.
mind.
They all sound.
They only have
like
pictures.
Me. Yeah. Oh, really? Now, when I read something, I definitely have like a voice that I like put to it.
So in your mind, if like, hey, you stupid asshole, you could say that in your mind, or do you see like the action of it, like it's a picture?
I think I just visualize the words and like, assign a certain voice to it that I would like it to be heard in that voice. So
you don't see it in the third person viewing the same perspective as you are through your own eyes, but in third person.
Try to.
So like you're
like if I'm reading a book or something and it's different people talking, one's a man, one's a woman, or there's a descriptive part, that's 3 different voices that I would assign to those.
But if you were like
lines.
walking and you saw a piece of trash sitting next to a trash can, you have that voice in your head that's like, pick it up, you stupid fuck.
Yeah.
Throw it away. It's right there.
Yeah. You lazy piece of shit.
I know.
You are picked up garbage up.
What if a fucking turtle gets his head stuck in that 6-pack case holder?
I love the Ninja Turtles. I would never let a turtle die. One of my first pets was a painted turtle, and I called him Hard Shell.
How long did it live?
Hard Shell.
4 years.
How long do they usually live?
Some turtles like live to be 200.
Yeah, but they're called fucking sea turtles, man. Don't confuse sea turtles with painted turtles.
Okay.
Fun fact, sea turtles actually don't age.
Fun fact, your mom turtles up every time I age her wine.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
I also love the Ninja Turtles.
Fuck you.
Fun fact. This is the NBKIA podcast movie review
of The Joker.
Today we discuss The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix and Robert De Niro.
With Joaquin Phoenix and Robert De Niro.
Thank you for hanging out with us. Be sure to subscribe, like, hit that notification bell. Comment down below and tune in next time when we discuss Your Mom.
I'm one of your hosts, Simon.
I'm John.
And I'm Brian.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. We appreciate it. Bye.
Later.